What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel, Kayak Spearfishing. Today I want to show you guys my kayak fishing and spearfishing setup. Please stay tuned and see you out there. Okay guys, so this right here, this is my 10-foot Evoke View 100. I'm pretty happy with this kayak. I actually bought it for my brother, and I completely redoed it. It was not meant for fishing at all. It was just like a recreational kayak, just for like paddling around and looking at the nature. So I'm gonna start here from the back. As you can see, I do have a trolling motor. It's a 46-pound thrust trolling motor. I did want to get a 30-pound trolling motor, but it was because it was lighter, but it wasn't fast enough. It would go like 3 miles an hour, and I really wanted something to go like 4 or 5 or higher. And this thing, I'm pretty happy with it. It goes up to 6 miles an hour. And I have a battery out for it, which is right here. It's a 100 amp trolling motor. I mean 100 amp battery, and its range is pretty good. It goes up to, I think the longest I went with it was 8 miles, and I'm pretty happy with it, because around here I wouldn't really go further than that either, because it would take you, I don't know, it would take you a long time to go further. And so I'm really happy with the 8-mile range, and anything further I would use my boat. And so that 8-mile range, if you're looking for a trolling motor, to get a trolling motor for your kayak, and I would get that 100 amp battery. It has a pretty good range. So because I have that trolling motor, I still bring my paddles with me, and I just take them apart and shove them in between here, and they hold pretty good. So this is the other one, and in here I used to put my fly rod, but then I can't steer or turn it, so I stopped putting it there. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a steering triangle, and it's this thing that it clips on, and it's this like thing. It has like these 2 wings, and I'm gonna clip on two lines, and I'm gonna attach it to here, and then I'm gonna put a rail here, and then I'm gonna have these two like little paddles, and I'm gonna move them side to side, and that is gonna steer this. And so and then I'm planning to take this thing off, and I'm gonna have a cable that's gonna go underneath, and right here I'm gonna have a little knob that's gonna do my control my speed. So, and like I said in the beginning, this is my setup for my spearfishing too. So I'm gonna have my freediving stuff in here too. So this is my crate. I made it myself, and so how I basically made it, I only had 1 hinge. And so I put 1 hinge on it, and then one zip tie here, so it opens like this. And as you can see, this is a cut off bottom from another crate. So I like this style more than just having an open crate like this, cause if you have a big wave and something won't fall out, and it's just more closed, and you could also put some stuff in here, and you don't have to keep opening it and closing it. So so that's my crate, and when you open it, I do keep I have this tackle box, or whatever this is called. I have all my hooks and all my lures in there, and my weights, and then I have my freediving mask, Then I do have my lunchbox in here with all my food. I used to just take my food not in a lunchbox, and it worked fine, but it wasn't cold, and it would just this is just better because you have it enclosed and it's cool, and it won't be in the heat. And like I said before, this is my 100 amp battery. It cost about $250, which is pretty cheap for this kind of battery. It is. I would definitely recommend lithium ion instead of a deep cell, because it is lighter. This one's only I think 20 pounds, and the lithium ion I think it's 40 pounds, so it's twice the weight. So if you are gonna get a battery, don't even think about getting the other one. Even though they're a lot cheaper, they are less you can only get, I think, like 300 cycles on them. So, and this one has 3,000. So I would recommend getting a lithium ion. And then here I have my tackle box, just a standard tackle box. It fits perfectly in this gap. It fills it up, and I just have my measuring stick in there, my bunch of lures, my leaders, and all of my stuff that I need for the kind of fishing that I do. And then under this, I do have my if something happens to my trolling motor, I have this box that I made together, and not only for my trolling motor, but I have like silicone in here. I have screwdrivers, zip ties, band-aids if something happened. Then I have a towel if I had a leak in my kayak. I could wipe all the water out. So I would recommend having this. It could save you out of an emergency out on the water. I would recommend putting one of these together. Then here, when I move up, I just have the original seat that it came with. I am planning on buying a new one. It's falling apart up here, and it's not the most comfortable, but it works fine for now. But I do planning on getting a new one. And so here is my latch. And in this hatch, I keep my gloves for freediving, and if I catch a fish like a barracuda or something, or that has spines, I do put those on. And then I have my freediving knife, or just a knife to kill the fish, and then I have my flasher. And I also keep some other stuff like pliers in here, so I don't have to go in the back. So that's kind of a nice hatch. Then I keep my water here. I also do sometimes bring my life jacket if I go alone. I just set it right here, because my feet aren't that long and it doesn't get in the way. So here, this you could buy these holders on Amazon. I used to just go out on my kayak when I would go with my spear gun. It was just lying here, and it was really annoying, and because it would always get in your way. And so this, you could just buy it on Amazon. It's a paddle holder. I used to also have before I spearfished. I put my paddle in here. I wouldn't take it apart, and so I put my paddle in here. And as I said before, it's just a normal paddle holder, but for the people who try to spearfish, or who spearfish off their kayak and don't know where to put their spear gun, this is, you just slide it on your rail, and it's a nice little tool, and it costs only like $16. and it's just, I just simply put into Amazon or into the internet, just rail kayak paddle holder, and it should pop up. And this is just a simple rod holder for your rail. I definitely recommend one of these, cause when you, especially for like trolling, I just take it out and turn it, and then I could troll with it, and you could see the rod and the tip of the rod if something's biting. Unlike when you have it back here, you can't really see what's happening to the back of your rod, and you have to keep lowering your drag, and to hear the fish. But like this, you don't have to mess with your drag, and you can just see the fish that's biting, and not only for trolling, but also for like if you just cast it out and just put it in there. This is definitely a necessary tool for me. You just take it off like this, take your rod out, and then put it back in, and it only costs like $26. It's necessary. I think it's a necessary, and I definitely recommend you guys to have it. Here is my foot holder, or I rest my foot on here. I don't know what it's called, but I lost my other one. But this is pretty nice because you could put your foot down here, and then you're more like, I don't know, like connected to your kayak, I feel like. So I'm gonna come up to my front. In this hatch, I keep my fins, my cooler for my fish. So I actually have a lunchbox for my fish, and so this is a lunchbox for my fish. I put my ice in there, and it's actually pretty surprisingly big. I put a 24-inch mackerel in there. You know, it's kind of just like a cheap big lunchbox, and it works perfect for me because it's not hard, and you could fit it into places like this. So I definitely recommend, if you don't have a cooler for your fish, or you don't have a place to put your fish, I definitely recommend getting a lunchbox and just stuff it in a hatch like this. And also in here I keep my dry bag. In this dry bag I keep everything that I want dry, like my clothes, my towel, my camera gear, and stuff like that. I definitely recommend, if you have like a phone or something, I'd recommend getting if you don't have a dry bag, I recommend you get it. And then inside here I keep my fins, and I just take them out like this. They're a little bit stuffed in there, snug. But this, so yeah, I just have my normal fins. I just put them in there when I'm done, and they do not get in my way. I used to have them behind my tackle box here, but they would always like stick out, and they would get in the way. And so I just tried to put them in here, and it works absolutely fine. And so I think that's it. And also I do recommend you getting like a oh yeah, and also I have in here I put my dive flag. So right here I have my dive flag, and on the top of my dive flag I do have this light. It's like I don't know, it's like a navigational light. It's white, and I definitely recommend getting one of those, because when you're like at sunset or when it gets darker, and boats don't have to see you, when you have that red flag and that white light on top of your pool, there's a way bigger chance that the boats are gonna see you. And so if you don't have any kind of safety tool like that, I would recommend you could either buy it, or you could make one like me, and the light costs only like $10, and it could save your life. And also safety tool, air horn for all you kayakers that are out on the ocean. Air horn is, I think, absolutely necessary. It could save your life, and just costs like $10, and yeah, that's it. I think so. Let's look at the kayak. I absolutely love this setup. I've been trying lots of different setups. This is the one that suits me the most. And yeah, like I said before, I used to be one of those guys that used to paddle everywhere, and that my arms would be completely dead the next day. And so I realized that I wasted only like or spent only like $300 on this trolling motor setup, and it's absolutely worth it. I think that people who, unless you have it as an exercise, the paddling, but for people who are thinking about getting a trolling motor, I definitely recommend one. Like I said before, it's just awesome. It saves you so much time, and especially when I didn't have that trolling motor, I couldn't troll because I would be paddling, and I couldn't pay attention to trolling. And so now with this trolling motor, I just put it in I don't know, 4 or 5, and I would be going 6 miles an hour, and I could pay full attention to my trolling, and and you have a lot of more, you get there faster, and there's so many good things about it, and so yeah, I definitely recommend a trolling motor. And I do carry 3 rods on my kayak. One just like with a normal paddle tail, then one I actually have a sabiki jig on there, but normally I do have a hook and for bait, and then another one for trolling. I actually have a popper on there. Okay, I think that's gonna be everything about my kayaks, fishing, and spearfishing setup. And I hope you liked this video, and if you did, please hit that like button, and please subscribe. It helps me make better and more videos for you guys to enjoy. And please be safe on the water, and see you on the next one.